Hi there, good afternoon. Welcome to Hashtag Trending, brought to you by Spectrum Television. My name is Ofonono Joseph. As you can see, I'm all smiles. I hope the weather is treating you quite all right where you are. Because as for me, I am good. Well, if you're not feeling any better, I am here to make you feel better with lots of trending stories I have lined up here for you, your viewing pleasure and your listening pleasure. You know what we do right here already. All right, to the very first trending viral video talking about Lieutenant Ahmed Yerima, yes, the officer that opposed the FCT minister Nyesom Wike. A viral video is online, being shared and posted as some police officials stopped him on the road and asked for his identity. And, a little back and forth right there that he was put on camera and they started recording and said he refused to show his identity. And, of course, he covered his plate number. Is it a right thing for a lieutenant number when he's not maybe a traditional ruler or something? Is it proper for a lieutenant to do that? Let's just see the video that the police officers made.
Upon his wrong deed, he came with a car plate number covered and we stop him. He says he's an officer.
Yeah.
Identify yourself, and he cannot identify himself. The best thing he could do is to start insulting
everybody.
Do you now accept that what you did is wrong?
You are the one that doing wrong things.
Go and report.
You are the one doing wrong things because you said you are an officer and we asked you to identify yourself and you could not do. The best thing you could do is to telling people that everybody are nonsense.
No, I didn't even see him. I didn't see.
All right, that is the video. The man in that car is Lieutenant Ahmed Yerima, and that's what the police officer said. He covered his plate number and refused to identify himself. But you saw that he brought out his ID card and showed it to them. And they're saying, I cannot see you, I cannot see. Let's take a few comments on social media. Chimdie Bube says, all I see is distractions from the government to keep people busy while they implement their evil agendas. Distraction from the government. All right, let's take one more comment. This is coming from Okechi. Why so much attention shifting to this young man? He needs to be very careful in his dealings. Being an officer does not provide one with immunity to drive with a covered plate number. All right. That's what Nigerians are saying, that being a lieutenant, like being an officer, does not give you immunity to cover your car plate number, because people need that to identify who you are and the car you're driving, and of course get your plate number in case of anything. Okay, a lady has come out to cry on social media, a very emotional, heartbreaking video that she saved up money, packed into a new apartment, and just the first night that she slept in that her new apartment, her cell phone was stolen. Barely 3 hours after she started sleeping, out of tiredness. So she charged her phone, placed it by the side of the window. And in the video, you see that the net of the window was torn and her phone stolen. Lots of Nigerians have come out to also share their experience, in the same way that their phones, laptops, and gadgets were stolen from the window, just as this lady's own was stolen. Let's see the video.
First night in the apartment I paid for. I didn't even sleep up to 3 hours in the apartment. I woke up to see that somebody has stolen my phone from the window. Like, for God's sake, for God's sake, for God's sake. Oh. Why is it that when somebody is trying to fix their life, one thing or the other, I'm just destroyed? Like, where do you want me to start from exactly? Where do you want me to start from? What do you want me to start from? Like, for God's sake, like, you stole my phone, like my phone. Like, I've actually spent all the money I had in paying rent and getting this apartment. I'm just trying. No. Jesus. This is really too much to bear. For God's sake, like, why?
All right, that's the video of that lady, and other people have come out to share in her pain that, oh, I've also experienced the same thing you're experiencing. And just that's basically, you know, lots of the comments that I saw that, oh, they've stolen mine too, you know, from the window. But this points to the fact that we should be extremely careful, you know, when charging our cell phones. Don't let it go close to the window, especially when you're not living in maybe a second floor or a third floor, or, you know, in a story building. The first floor you just charge, people will just pass and, you know, take your phone. And you know how the country is, right? Let's take a few comments on social media about this video. You devoid elder says, it happened to me once. The thief moved my tablet, removed the SIM carefully like he was helping me, so I wouldn't have to retrieve it. From that day, I moved my charging spot to the other end of the room, far away from the window. You see that? All right, this person, Val Thori, says, when you are moving into a new place, always ask questions, because knowing the history of the place will help you navigate in the days of trouble. A very, very commendable comment and advice right there. When you're moving into a new apartment, a new place, a new environment, endeavor to ask questions. Okay, how is this place? How is the landlord or the landlady or the, you know, the neighbors and all, so that you will know how to cope, how to adapt in the new environment that you have gone to. A very sad one right there for that lady. I hope she raises money to buy another cell phone in this hard economy. Okay, something very, very funny
that is used as drinking water. Mr. Speaker, I think this is a disaster that it could cause an extinction of an entire community. As a matter of emergency.
Going to procedure.
Because the English that is trying to put this matter here is confusing a number of us and making us miss a very serious issue that is affecting very many people, even in the countryside. I am straining myself to understand him, and yet he's saying a very serious issue. And Mr. Speaker, next time Mr. Atikens is supposed to present, he needs to speak the common English of Uganda. We are tired of this, when he gives us a paper and we follow word by word, because the English is too much. We are just from campaign.
The English is too much. He should use Ugandan English for people to understand what he is saying. Oh my God. Okay, lots of persons are saying that the Prime Minister doesn't live in the US, but he just went for a vacation a few weeks and got back and has a twisted tongue. And, you know, you could see that a lot of people did not understand what he was saying. So for communication to take place, we should try as much as we can to use the language and dialect and English that people will be able to understand, because that's actually when communication takes place. You talk to me and I understand you, and I talk to you, you understand me too. All right, let's take 2 comments on social media about this viral video. Jasmine says her facial expressions are legendary because she was, what? She was shocked and surprised at the English. Loud It for Jen says, Africa is a rare, hilarious continent. Some contents make you laugh and forget your sorrow in a jiffy. Very true. Munya says, why do you use English whilst you are not foreigners to each other? To the extent of missing sense. Ooh, all right. Like I said earlier, whenever you want to communicate, be sure that the essence of your communication is achieved. with the party that you're communicating with. All right, moving on. You know what happened between Very Dark Man and Mr. Jollof yesterday? Yeah, in the plane they fought, and both adults have come out to tender apology to Nigerians, to NCAA, to the passengers that were in the plane with them, and they have said what happened was really avoidable, but they let themselves to fighting, you know, the act just like children do, and that they're very sorry. So let's take the video.
This medium to sincerely apologize to NCAA, United Nigeria Airline, the passengers that boarded on 8:45 a.m. United Nigeria Airline on the 17th of November 2025. You know, I was only defending myself. You know, you guys saw what happened. So I'm very sorry if I delayed your appointment. I'm very, very sorry. Pardon me. This is not my kind of person. It will never happen again. And to my lovely wife, I know you are proud of me, baby. I know you are proud of me. You know, 3,000 milligram was sent and it was delivered, not be by Mozu. And to my kids, I'm sorry that.
All right, so good morning, everybody. Good morning, Nigerians. First of all, I would really like to apologize for what happened yesterday on the United Nigerian Airline. What happened yesterday was not supposed to happen, and I will take full responsibility for it. A lot of people on that flight had important things to do, but because of that little irresponsibility from my end, their flight was delayed. Some people on that flight might have medical emergencies. Some people had like business contract to sign. You know, I don't know what that little delay would have cost them, and I really want to apologize. I really want to apologize for everything. You know.
All right, you've heard from both Mr. Jollof and Vincent Martin Joshi talking about Very Dark Man. Do not look at what Very Dark Man, he's an actor right there. No, he's not hurt, nothing happened to him. He just wanted to appear the way he did. He's very okay. He's not hurt, he's fine. All right, that's just an act from his part. But we've heard that both of them have come out to publicly apologize, and they take full responsibility of what happened. So, do Nigerians actually accept the apology? Let's take two comments on social media. All right, Web 3.5 says VDM wanted to distract Nigerians from focusing on the terror in the army camp yesterday. These things cannot be a coincidence. Oh, all right. Atoba Jaye says the apology is not sufficient. They should be prosecuted for the nuisance they caused, as their actions disrupted the peace and endangered the safety of other passengers. Okay. Well, first things first, for them to realize they did something wrong and come out to apologize, is we should take their apology first. I know they did something wrong. They have realized it, and this is a right step in the right direction, but they have said it was avoidable. So just like what I said yesterday, it was very avoidable. So moving forward, they're going to do better. Like I said, NCAA, they've released an official statement to say what happened was unlike them, that they do not condone such acts, and they were taken to the police station and all. But we're still awaiting if they're going to be placed on a no-fly ban for some months, or what next will follow, like the appropriate punishment for people that showed that exhibited such acts of irresponsibility in the plane. We're still awaiting. All right, let's take this last very viral trend, then go over to the word that we have for the day. A lady that has met with a man, they became lovers online. They've been chatting for some long time and they've never met each other. And finally, they met each other. Guess what? The lady has been in a wheelchair for years and she has not disclosed this to her lover. Let's see the reaction of the man when he finally found out that his love is in a wheelchair. Let's see the video of a lady that meets her online lover for the first time in a wheelchair. Did you see the facial expression of the man? Yes, sometimes when you're in a relationship, you have to be very open, truthful to each other. The man at first, felt disappointed that she was supposed to tell him, but what could he have done? He had to submit to helping her out so that she would not feel bad. Let's take a comment from social media about this particular video. All right, Stan says, if you hide major life challenging information from your partner, that's not love. That is manipulation. Yeah, that's manipulation. So you have to build your relationship on trust. Yes, on trust, openness, faithfulness, and not hide it. Right? Okay, that's all that we've brought to you for today, and we have other loads of stuff to talk about tomorrow. So before we wrap it up, let's go over to the word that we have for today. The word of the day is eccentric. Eccentric. Oh, what does it mean? Eccentric usually describes people and things that deviate from conventional or accepted usage or behavior, especially in odd or whimsical ways. All right, you might want to go back to read that and have a full grasp of what we're talking about. A sentence example of eccentric is: he's an endearingly eccentric scientist whose methods are quite inventive. All right, yes, you ought to be an eccentric person to do something outside of the ordinary, okay, so that you get people's attention. Well, we've come to the end of Hashtag Trending for today, not for the week, okay? And I have been your host, Ofonono Joseph. Thank you so much for doing this with me now and always. I will see you tomorrow. Take very good care of yourself and always stay out of trouble. I love you like I love myself. Bye for now.